Hello everyone, welcome back. Today we're discussing AI and medicine without doctors. What do you think about the new boom of artificial intelligence that is happening right in front of our eyes? I know it may seem strange to read these monologues, but this is the only real way I have to share my thoughts with you. Everyone is talking about the fact that many jobs will be taken over by AI. Most people think about photography, painting, video editing, things that can already be done today by artificial intelligence. But I believe things go much further. I believe artificial intelligence will hit doctors themselves, and I think I can argue that. If you were to bring today 100 of the best doctors in the world, clinicians and theoreticians, cardiologists, anesthesiologists, surgeons, the best of the best, into a room and start asking them medical questions, in theory they should answer as a single entity. They should reach a consensus, give the same answers, advise the patient in the same way. In reality, we know very well that this does not happen. Differences of opinion would appear, nuances, contradictions. On the other hand, an artificial intelligence platform, whether we are talking about ChatGPT or any other, is already today capable of answering instantly, coherently, and consistently to medical questions. And if you start asking follow-up questions, refining the case, the AI will build its answers in a continuous logic. Honestly, I think that in many situations it already performs just as well as a group of experts, if not even better. The real AI boom will not be in video editing or image generation. Those are just toys. The real revolution will hit the professions that until now were considered elite. If you had a good IQ and a good memory, you became a doctor, a lawyer, or an engineer. These professions are based to a large extent on a single ability, the capacity to accumulate information and to apply it. As a doctor, you read, you memorize, and you apply. But who can do this better today than an artificial intelligence? I imagine a world in which the doctor gradually loses his importance. A world in which AI becomes so refined that you no longer need doctors as we know them today. You can have an intensive care unit centrally run by an AI that monitors all vital parameters. Instead of doctors and nurses, these two professions could merge into one: technicians. An intensive care technician would receive instructions. Bed 1 should receive blood. Bed 2 should start antibiotics. Bed 3 needs a drain. All the manual gestures that AI cannot do will be done by humans, following the instructions of the AI. I know that for many this sounds like science fiction or a dystopia. But let's think logically. Today we complain that there are fewer and fewer doctors. In France, there are entire areas where you have to drive 2 hours to reach the nearest doctor. In regions like Limoges, dental appointments are made 6 months in advance. In Germany, in some areas, you wait 12 months for a pulmonologist. In all these places, wouldn't it be simpler to have an artificial intelligence? You can copy it, you can multiply it. Instead of a single doctor, you can have 1,000 AI instances consulting at the same time. Costs would go down. Pressure on the system would go down. And we know very well that where politicians do not have to pay, that is exactly where things will go. Moreover, a central AI system would standardize medical care. You would no longer ask 10 doctors and get 10 different answers. Why not centralize this in an AI? An AI does not sleep. It does not get tired. A medical office can function 24/7. You only need someone to open the door and keep the lights on. All this would solve the lack of doctors, inequality of access, and variability of treatments. Doctors would gradually turn into ultra-specialized technicians. Surgeons would become craftsmen. One would operate only on knees, another only on hips. It would no longer be necessary to fully understand the entire decision chain, only to execute it perfectly. It is an avant-garde vision. I don't know if it is good or beautiful. For our profession, it is probably bad news. But at the same time, it might solve many of the real problems of healthcare systems. I believe the AI revolution is only just beginning. I believe it will hit us much faster and harder than we imagine. Despite the losses for some, at the level of the global population, the benefit will be real. Thank you for joining me on this journey. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share your thoughts below. See you in the next one.